What do you think, guys? Coming out of the gate here, top priority grab-ups right now are Vici Gaming. Do they risk letting the Doom go to Secret here?
They might have a plan and let Doom through. Counter it with a Wisp +1 maybe? I don't know.
It's not really
it's
like
hard.
the Doom as well. Like, it's just Scorch-Off is so powerful. It's not all about the Doom nowadays. Like, you lose your early game towards the Doom. Like, it's the Scorch-Off that's so powerful right now.
Just depends on where he is. I've seen teams shut out a Doom pretty effectively, but teams tend to do like 2-1-2, and I think that Doom's really good.
Well, I hope you liked Envy's Ember play in Game 1 because we get to see it again.
So what counters have we seen to Ember? We've seen Night Stalker, I think, work actually very effectively, whereas some we've seen a lot of aggressive pressure. Maybe they can combine both of those to shut down the Ember Spirit. Again, last game we felt like if Alchemist went to Shadow Blade or something else, they might have been able to lock him down a little bit better. Even like Blink Abyssal, I think, would have been
I think that
good.
BKB was really bad choice the last game. He needed something to actually catch out the Ember, so was not the most optimal choice. It didn't even help him survive in team fights. When he got RP, he just basically died anyway.
Even Global Silence is somewhat seen as a counter to Ember Spirit, but
Disruptor, global, like Silencer. They just needed more catch for the Ember the last game.
What about the mindset right now for Vici Gaming? Those are probably some of the toughest losses to go through. You work your ass off into a very long game. It's very back and forth. Some of the highest caliber Dota we've seen, and they end up with a loss. Where's their mindset got to be right now?
Like, they were in control of the whole game, and it's like they didn't even make any significant mistakes in terms of tactical-wise, team movement, team decision-making. Some small item adjustments maybe. When you go off a loss like that, you have to understand that maybe some of your items are not the most optimal, but it's very tough because they were ahead the whole game and you just lose like that.
Do you like the 1-2 punch from Vici Gaming?
I think it still inspires a lot of confidence and instills like good mentality going into the second game. Like their draft was still very, very solid. Their early game was very solid, and they still played pretty well for the first 30 minutes of the game. It's just just need that extra 10% towards the late game.
They should feel pretty good about their opening of the draft. Darkseer, Spirit Breaker, dynamic duo in itself, but Secret are like, we're just going to run it back. I mean, it worked last time. Let's just do it now. Wind Ranger going to be the second grab. Vici Gaming have got to be a little bit quirked about this, realizing that they're probably going to have to be tested once more.
Are they going to be able to pressure the Ember with the Darkseer? Or are they going to maybe aggro try, anything like that?
I think they might actually just do the same thing, like dual aim with Darkseer and Spirit Breaker. I think you cannot let the Ember free farm at the start of the game. You need to pressure him. You can't just let Emmy go into the free farm tempo and he gets level 7, level 8 for like without pressure, and he goes to the other lanes and he just wins his team the other lanes as well.
Well, if history repeats itself, the third pick from Secret would be a Bane in that case. So I'm curious if Vici are actually going to be like, we should just get rid of it. But we'll see where they go.
I mean, the Bane wasn't like the biggest problem the last game. I don't really feel like the Bane posed like I don't think that the Bane changed a lot.
It could have been easily substituted.
Yeah. Or they could have had a Dazzle or something else. They would have still won that game.
I'm just curious if you're Vici and you're like, well, I don't want them to. They're already warmed up with that 5-man draft. I don't want to give them same comfort picks. But I agree. It's just
maybe just the Magnus. I think they picked the Magnus just for the Empower, and it worked out very well for them. Like, it just sped up the Ember's farm so much. We saw Envy stealing the Ancient stacks a lot, like hiding in the trees with Empower.
Yeah. Dazzle, though, is going to be the ban here from Vici. And the response from Secret, getting rid of the Winter Wyvern. And
10 seconds remaining.
We'll have to see where they're going to put more emphasis in the laning. Alchemist, I don't know if it's something Vici Gaming want to go for again, or something that Secret are happy to kind of just let through.
If you're looking to pressure, maybe not Alchemist, or maybe something like a Dragonite with the Iron Shell.
They fear the Burning Jug and will rid of that one.
Well, the Jug would be really important to their lineup because they can actually end the game early. I think they lack sustain in a lot of their pushes. It was only Alchemist that came out at full health, and then once you initiate a fight, you kill a couple people, they buy back, you're still at full health with the healing ward. So that's kind of their weak spot in their last game. They weren't actually able to convert the T3 push into Rax.
And it's not often you get to say that they had Jakiro and Undying. You should be able to actually take down the objectives very well.
maybe Vici Gaming use this Darkseer potential and build on a tremendous amount of team fight like we've seen from the past. That's when Super would typically get like a Shadow Fiend, and Burning again would go for a Gyrocopter.
They actually didn't have like AoE control last fight. They had a lot of great single target with Concoction and like a Yule's drop into Ice Path. But like we saw like just Shackle just be way better than any of the control that Vici had last game. So Darkseer kind of eliminates that.
Queen of Pain, gonna be picked up here. Burning is typically their Queen of Pain player though, right? As of recent, I don't see Super playing it a whole lot.
I mean, he can play it if he wants to, but overall, I feel like if they want to play a much more fast-paced game, they can go for the safe lane Queen, like you suggested on Burning, and go for a Dragon Knight so they can actually pick plus push towers. They get a pick and they push the towers. And they definitely have the heroes that have the fast-paced early game, like with the Darkseer and Spirit Breaker, to allow them to actually get that sort of game that they want to. So
There it is.
Same picks.
Just a run back. I wonder if there's any sort of like mental game a part of that. Just kind of like confidently picking the same exact draft we saw in game one. Vici Gaming are like, I don't know how I feel about this. They're just, I guess that means next would be the Bounty Hunter, right? Lion is going to be the response though from Vici here. Lots of lockdown. This will help it with the Emperor quite a bit.
And Wind Ranger.
And Wind Ranger, yep.
It makes their lanes pretty weak though.
Yeah, but they need the lockdown, like you guys mentioned, against Ember and Wind Ranger. And if you talk about Disruptor, Disruptor is like not so reliable in certain situations, and you have a very long cooldown. Like Glimpse is quite a long cooldown. Lion has 2 disabled, so probably much better at dealing with the Ember and the Wind Ranger.
Also much better against BKB. If you're not confident that the game's gonna
Mana burn.
Nice
It's
change
gonna
of pace
hurt.
here.
It is gonna hurt the Queen and the Lion here.
and Darkseer.
Yeah, and the Carapace as well, very useful against all their heroes. I guess it's gonna be an off-lane Nyx for them. It should be Misery's hero.
Yeah, Misery last played this hero in their matchup against eHome. They did win that matchup,
5 seconds remaining.
so he is well versed on it. That was another game where Envy did play Ember, and another game where Weehaw did play a Wind Ranger. On top of that, they did have the puppy AA at the time, but this is just kind of something in Secret's Rolodex. Happy to pull it out again.
Yeah, I think A is a really good pick in terms of synergizing well with the Nyx, because you want to be roaming around and you have that global presence from the Ice Blast. So it's going to allow the Nyx to be very aggressive, and you put a lot of pressure on the opponent team. Surprised to see the bounty pick though.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like they were going to go back for the bounty.
I don't think they would.
That's just
the
maybe
Nyx-
part of that mental game there almost.
Nyx already fulfills that role. He like gets information and is just that super annoying guy that is always on the opposite side of the map. They definitely wouldn't have gone for both Bounty Hunter and Nyx.
Secret do ban the Super Shadow Fiend here, so what's left for Super? Does he go down the road of something more like a lane dominator, your Razor, your Viper?
Actually, I still like Dragon Knight here because Nyx is going to want to speed up, and they're going to force you to speed up and try to get pickoffs. With Dragon Knight, you can actually maybe group up a little bit more and try to push down towers. So it would discourage the Nyx to try and get a lot of pickoffs in the game.
Yeah, with Vici's lineup, you want to stay together, and Secret's kind of not going to let you do that. But with Dragon Knight, you can just force them to come back and fight.
Can't help but feel like there's confidence emitting out from the booth of Secret here with this draft right now. There it is. Nicely done, winner. Dragon Knight. Going to be the final grab here, Sir Davion. Going to round out the Vici Gaming lineup.
So Secret probably wants support that has more D push. You want to be able to clear out the lanes because right now they have Power Shot. The last game they had Power Shot and Shockwave. So
And
Nyx,
Ember Cleave.
Yeah, and Ember Cleave. Nyx Assassin doesn't really clear out waves too effectively. So you want another hero that is able to actually push out the waves.
10 seconds remaining.
I think AA actually fits
Yeah.
the best, though.
AAs would help a lot against that DK's pesky regen.
It's good synergy with the Nyx, like I mentioned, so it could be a really good option here. The only downside is the laning phase might be tough because Darkseer plus Spirit Breaker might just be the heroes that, allow you put A in a very bad spot in the laning phase if you can catch him out, and you can repeatedly kill a support hero like A. That's the only worrisome part about the AA here.
I think Bane Ember AA is already strong enough, though. I don't really think they have to worry about their safe lane with those three.
Do you like Rubik? You have deep push, you have good spells to steal this game.
Well, if you need wave clear, there's always a coddle, am I right? 0 and 13 this patch. I'm depressed.
I think Rubik's way weaker, though, than that lane. I think he might be a liability.
There he is. Hey. So Secret got to feel pretty damn good about their 5-man spread here. Doesn't seem too far-fetched from something they're used to.
There's something that we didn't really talk about A as well. It's very good with the Ember in the laning phase because Slide and Chilling Touch works together. So there's a lot of synergy with the Ember and the A as well. So overall, it's just a very solid lineup from Secret here. Like Vici Gaming has to be the team that makes the... They need to make a lot of moves in the early game with the Dragon Knight. They need to take towers. They need to make ganks happen with the SB and the Iron Shell and the Darkseer.
They have to limit AA's levels, Ember Spirit's farm as well. It's a tough early game for Vici.
Yeah, I can't help but think about the psychological side of this game. We're used to seeing Vici Gaming coming up to this point almost so confident they get that F-White Bat Rider and a greedy Doom, and now it's like, I feel like they're in try-hard mode now, trying to scrap together what they can to really make a surviving chance. You got to remember, winner of this moves on into the grand final. We even get 2 days off to relax and rest and prepare. It's a big deal right now, so let's go ahead and do it. We're going to hop into game number 2 now of your winner bracket final. It is Team Secret going against Vici Gaming. Let's throw it over to our casters right now. It is Gods and OD. Gentlemen, go for it right now.
Thank you very much, Colgan. Indeed, Secret versus VG. Game 1 was absolutely insane, Gods. And Game 2, looking at the drafts, do you think we've got the potential for another close one?
I think it's going to be a close one. I ever so slightly prefer Vici game. I'm always biased when I see a Dragon Knight draft, though. I love the tempo this hero creates. He's so good at putting a lot of pressure on early, and when you've got heroes like Darkseer and Spiritbreaker, it just feels like Vici's lineups have 5 heroes that will all come online and be really powerful before Secret's ready to really clash. Similar story to last game, though, and Secret were just so good at holding on and buying time.
And talking about put the pressure on early, Secret with an incredibly deep smoke here, looking for FY. They're going to find him in the tree line. Puppey leaning forward here. The Chilling Touch comes out. There'll be a charge across. Can they kill the line here? One more right click from Puppey should do it. He's going to set up with a nightmare, but no, can't quite finish it now. And now Quap jumps in. They'll have to stuff for Nix, and they'll get the slide of fist. The first kill, the second kill. 2 kills for Secret off the back of that smoke. And nothing that VG can do in return. Beautiful play there from Secret before the clock even goes here. It's still 15 seconds before this game begins.
That was some crazy ballsy stuff. And I guess just kind of reading Vici Gaming's movement, knowing that they often TP a support to the safe lane to get down the early ward, and they capitalize off of it. That's a huge start for them. The first blood went the way of the Ember, who's now going to have a much easier time. Looks like he'll be headed towards the offlane, in fact, though. So mixing up their lanes here, giving Misery what looks like a very safe, easy lane to farm in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in terms of lanes from Vici, what are they doing in response? Is it going to be the classic Darkseer on the offlane? Jungle Darkseer. Okay, and they're going to send Fenrir down here on the offlane on his own, on the Spiritbreaker.
I think initially they were expecting Secret to just try and secure their safe lane with a tri lane, which is where Darkseer's like, well, I can't get XP against an AA plus Ember, plus Bane. The Chilling Touch with 2 good range zoning supports. He thought he had to jungle, but turns out it's not going to be a tri lane. It's still okay for him to start in the jungle. He can rotate down bottom or help out the safe lane once he hits level 2, level 3. So as far as the lane setup goes, Vici Gaming, slightly more greedy setup with the jungler and something they will get away with for now, although they're not pressuring the Ember as they normally do.
I mean, do you think there will be a point where they've obviously seen the lanes that they'll say, okay, let's get Ice on the bottom lane and then have Spiritbreaker being a little bit more active around the map so you can kind of punish the fact that MV's farming up here in this top lane?
Yeah, I think after a few levels, mentioned like the Darkseer level 3 being a kind of a key timing, he can come back to the lane with level 2 Iron Shell. Same for Fenrir, he probably wants about level 3 as well, and then he can start rotating around. He can't really kill the Wind Ranger mid unless Weeha gets too greedy going for a room when he's low HP or something and Super just happens to be chasing him down. It's unlikely Weeha's ever in a position where he can get charged and killed. He can always cancel it as well with the Shackle Shot. So not really any easy kill opportunities outside of that top safe lane, which may be where he goes if Daryl comes to the bottom lane. I think more likely we actually may see Ice rotate bottom, and Spiritbreaker and Ice go for just kills.
On the bottom lane.
Yeah,
try and punish Misery.
Level 1 Carapace is a very short stun duration. So yeah, you can Carapace when they go on you. You're kind of guaranteed a proc against the charge as well as the Iron Shell, but 0.6 second stun is not something to be worried about. And they can dodge the Impale, like kind of circle around him, and it's very likely they can get a kill with the 2 heroes.
Okay, I mean, we talked about the outlanes. The mid lane matchup, so Weeha against Super. You said yourself you're a fan of the DK. Is this a lane where we should see Super come out and top a farm, or do you think Weeha's going to be able to play around the DK?
Weeha, Range Zero, Wind Ranger, great at laning, great harass, does have the farming edge, but DK's never picked to win his lane at mid. There's really not like a single hero that he out farms that is played commonly in the mid lane.
The common mid laners, yeah.
It's like DK at the same time doesn't really have many bad matchups. He's almost always going to be able to secure farm, just bottle crow if he needs to, spam out the breathe fighter, secure himself enough farm to get a decent timing level 6. Queen of Pain, probably the one matchup where he can lose if Queen of Pain gets the 2 points in Shadow Strike, but Wind Ranger should be fine for Super. I don't think either player is going to win this lane unless there's some external forces, some kind of a surprise gank coming into play.
And talking about kind of external forces and the activity that both teams are going to be able to do with their lineups and with their supports more particular. I mean, do you feel there's a side that we're going to see more kind of global action from in the earlier parts of this game?
As far as the lane stage goes, the action we'll see will probably be around the rune spawns. Dragon Knight, in between Bottle Crow, will be looking to secure himself runes. So if there is any action, it's going to come with Secret saying, let's stop the DK getting a rune, bringing in like both supports as well as the Wind Ranger, try and kill the DK around like the top rune spot. But more likely, I think, DK, if he feels in any danger, he's just going to opt to Bottle Crow. So there's always kind of counter plays you can make. And being such an important game here in the winner bracket final, I think teams will be playing things more cautiously.
Okay, Ember. Envy has reconnected. And...
Scientists baffled.
I guess you guys can't see this, but yeah. The reason we had that DC was because Envy accidentally pressed the power button on his computer. But we're going to get the show back on the road here. It wouldn't be a secret game without an Envy pause. Well, let's get it back on, gods.
All right, so things going to settle down here. It will be a dual lane versus dual lane here at the top lane. Lion not really great at fighting into the Chilling Touch and actually taking a lot more harass than he'd like from the Ancient Apparition.
I mean, this top lane matchups of the Ember farm against the Queen. It's, I mean, at the moment we can see in CS 5 for 2 against 5 for 1, so it's very close. And as you said, well, Pilot Die actually coming up here with Puppey, maybe looking to try and set something up on FY.
Yeah, and just
got to be careful.
Just body blocking the pool camp at this stage until they bring another sentry here. They use double sentries to dewall this. It's something you really have to do against an aggro trialing is have access to your pool camp, because if you can continually pull, you're denying much needed experience and even farm from the secret aggro trialing. And once you block the pool camp, it now opens up secret support to start roaming.
They're really punishing Envy. Nice sleight of fist dodge there. Does manage to avoid the Shadow Strike coming out for the Quap. And yeah, in the jungle, as you said, looking to punish this Ice Darkseer.
Yep. And the side of this was picked up for the first blood, but something he would likely have gotten anyways against Shadow Strike. You always want to get this spell against the Queen of Pain in lane, and well, it will also allow him to set up a Searing Chains and kind of close the gap against Queen of Pain should the supports come in looking for a kill.
And they might just find it here if FY comes this way. No, the pings come out. He's going to keep it safe.
Oh, is he? No, just hit level 3.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. FY's got to be so careful how far he comes out. Fairly squishy hero, just under 500 HP on this line, and we've already seen the amount of damage that they can kick out with a Chilling Touch being laid down onto the 3 of them.
Puppey's just playing mind games here. He's pretending to body block the pool camp when in reality it's just this sentry ward blocking it. So it's almost trying to bait out FY into thinking, it's not actually blocked. I don't need to deward it. And then Puppey just kind of swings back, being annoying, continually getting vision as well of where the line is, how he's moving around the map.
Yeah, and talking about moving around the map, we've seen what we were discussing earlier. So Ice now on the bottom lane, and Fenrir is going to look for some action elsewhere. He's reaching onto level 4, so he did get a fair bit of XP there on the solo lane. We'll see if he's able to find anything in the mid lane. Pop down a ward here, so he knows that Weehar at the moment hasn't got any backup. He's going to wait until he comes out across the river, but...
Full HP Wind Ranger with a Dragon Knight.
It's going to be hard kill.
Unless you TP in one more hero, that's not a kill. Spirit Breaker and DK cannot do it alone.
And it looks like Fenrir is probably just going to choose to make his way back up top and see if he can punish this Ember Spirit. He's obviously just level 3, sharing the XP at the moment in lane with Pilot Die. So if they can catch him out numerous times before he gets that level 6 on.
Here we go.
And they're going to go for Pilot Die here. And maybe if Envy sticks around, they can try and find more. We'll see if they can do anything to stop it here. Secret actually backing up at the moment. And they should be able to maybe even get a Nightmare out. In fact, Fenrir just cancels it here now with the Flame Guard. They'll start to chase it down. Burning is there. It's just fending off each other. And looks like no one's going to have too many casualties here. Everyone's just playing it safe on this top lane. But now that they do know that Fenrir is, of course, hiding around in the tree line.
Yeah, an important Radiant Ward on that cliff at the top rune scouts out those kind of charges. And that's where, if they don't scout the charge coming, Bane likely stays pushed up in the lane and gets caught out. and there's no kind of saving him from the Ember Spirit's point of view. So very nice early game warding coming out from Secret. Even the ward at the bottom rune, giving a lot of much needed vision.
Envy's going to be the target here. Highlight is going to be able to do anything in terms of saving. He puts the Nightmare onto the line, so the stun isn't going to be there, but the Shadow Strike comes out. Flame Guard blocking a fair bit here, and Envy's actually going to be able to ward this one off here. Stun will come out to Paladai. He puts the Nightmare onto Fenrir. Let's see if we can find anything. He's got that Shackle, and he has got the DD as well.
He's got no boots. He can't really chase.
Yeah, unfortunate for Weeha that he comes up and can't find anything, but he'll be able to farm the lane. Envy will make his way back to base, but yeah, it's a good job that Envy managed to keep himself up, and the 2 points in Flame Guard there, as he only just reached level 4, pretty much saved him there.
Absolutely.
Well, 1 point in that and you were dead.
Yeah, 2 points in Shadow Strike. Burning could have got another right click off if he felt like he was going to get the kill. So stays alive, but Weeha in this top lane is not good news.
They find a Shackle onto Burning. Oh yeah, he just blinks out in time.
Bottom lane, Ice. He's now found an ancient apparition in his lane. Down he goes.
That's a very nice rotation from Puppey. We saw Misery was struggling a little bit now that the Darkseer come into lane, and finding that's going to put Misery back on a very good track in terms of farm.
Yep.
Having an early dagger on Nyx Assassin is going to be absolutely lethal for the side of VG, and we just know how good Misery is with these kind of heroes, like the Nyx Assassin, like last game with the Magnus, and of course with his kind of signature Slardar. He's going to be able to make so much happen across the map if he gets a good timing on Blink.
Yeah, and just going for this kind of new style build with the double mangoes.
Top lane, they'll have the stun here. They're going to be able to follow through with a Fenrir charge. Weeha trying to make his way back to the tower, but the Hex is there. Now with no win run, Shackle, very nice. He cancels the charge. Fenrir's going to continue to look for it, though. He turns around to Burning. Might just find it. Oh, the creeps, can they do it? Yes! The range creeps take down the Quap, so they do lose the Wind Ranger, but at least they find something in return, and Weeha gets a bit of his money back mid lane. Super moving in with the stun onto Pylite. Die here. Misery's there, misses the stun here. Super with the haste rune will get the kill, and he will also be able to get himself out. So 2 for 1 across the map. So nicely done by VG, but at least they managed to find a return kill on that top thanks to the creeps there, Secret.
Yeah, that's ultimately the best result that Weeha could have got out of the position he was in, and Super at mid with a really sick Impale dodge. Has already chipped down a bit at this tower, and likely we'll see him just continually spam out the ultimate to try and put as much pressure on the bottom.
Wall's being dropped on EE. Yeah, he's going to have to back himself up. Now with Pylite, Die here. This Darkseer is going to be in trouble. Surge is now down. I don't think Ice can get himself out of this. Chilling Touch is out. They'll take the kill, and another kill here for the side of Secret on that bottom lane. 5 for 2. Meanwhile, well, Misery, he goes in mid with Weeha, and they get themselves a kill on the DK as well. So things looking up already for the side of Secret just 7 minutes in.
This is a 3-0 Nyx Assassin already. Not a hero who normally has these kind of stats because he's often in that solo lane in the off lane, and even a lot of the heroes' 1v1 matchups normally aren't too favorable, and I feel like Vici Gaming are being punished right now for not laning the Darkseer in bottom. Starting off with him in the jungle meant that Misery had too easy of a time in the lane.
That's top lane, yeah, Misery. He's going to finish off the Arcanes first here. FY hanging around with Burning. Burning yet to hit that 6, and hasn't got that Sonic Wave, and mid lane, so Weeha's farms really stepped up. The fact that they got that kill, 42-4 now against the 34 for 5, so he's breaking ahead of this DK, and Super actually looking for some action down bottom. Envy, he has got a Remnant out. They've got the Vacuum here, they've got the stun as well, and Envy, he will just get the Remnant out. They've got the tick damage, still bringing him down 20 a second. Misery's trying to turn it, but here's Fenrir with the charge. Oh, the chains! Envy slows him down, Remnant's out, he's going to be fine. Misery may not be so, because Super's there with the Dragon Tail. They're looking for the Nyx Assassin. Looks for the Shackle, won't latch, so they'll lose Misery, but Envy managing to get himself out just by the skin of his teeth.
And these Ember Jukes, we saw it last game where he just somehow gets out of these what look like horrendous positions, and we're seeing it again. Some incredible mechanical skills shown by Eternal Envy. And Burning now hitting level 6. This is where Vici Gaming want to use this Sonic Wave as soon as possible. They need to wait for the next Dragon Form most likely, because they don't want to just only get a kill. When you've got a DK line, you've got to start pushing those T1 towers around the 10-minute mark, if not earlier. So expect to see Burning TP rotate to these side lanes once that DK ultimate form comes back up. Maybe even time to go for like an early smoke now as well.
They were charging onto Weeha there, but he's going to cancel it, Fenrir. In fact, by the looks of it, just charging across so he could get the stack time here on the Ancient. So I think it was a little bit early by the looks of it. Yeah, he's unfortunately not going to get the Ancient stack there. A nice attempt top lane. Misery coming in with the Vendetta. There is a sentry down and an Observer, so they know that the Nyx has been bound, and Burning's going to be able to keep himself safe by the tower. And he's also got the backup here still of FY in the line.
Yeah, Misery, I think the Siege Creep hit him once. I'm not sure if that was the case, but
they've got the Observer ward there.
Yeah, so he's been spotted.
Yeah, he knows. And Pylight die. Maybe still seeing if they can set something up. If they can get Nightmare out, Misery can move in for the combo.
He's still going for this. FY right behind.
He's got to be careful here. Going to go for the stun. It's actually going to catch the line out, but line does get the Hex here. There'll be a charge coming across as well, and maybe Pylight and Misery have overstepped the mark here. Burning moving back in. Still has us running with. There it is onto 2. The Nightmare comes out, but it's just a little bit too late. Pylight die will fall. The charge is still coming across, but it's a fair way still for Fenrir to travel.
This is really good for Vici. They've got the DK ultimate form. Doesn't look like they'll dive for the kill, but this opened up the tier 1 tower for the taking. The exact kind of tempo they need. Pick off and then push. The Sonic Wave and then the DK ulti form just working really nicely together. See if Secret have what it takes to defend this. I feel like if they want to, they need the Wind Ranger up here for the power shot. That's exactly what they'll do.
Yep, we are coming in, and the Shackle beautifully onto the range creep onto Burning. The stuns fall up as well. Now the Remnant fall from EE. Can they get Burning? No! The Blink's out there on 25 HP. The Remnant's force. He's desperately trying to find it, but he's out of mana. EE. He'll try and chase, but now just look for Super with the flank. And the power shot, though, gets the kill. Weeha gets 1. He gets 2. Double kill for the man on the Wind Ranger.
That TP shackle, like most players, like a lot of players there on the Wind Ranger would have tried to shackle off of the hero, and that's what Vici Gaming were expecting. They split their heroes, did the good old-fashioned Delta split, so that he couldn't get any 2-hero shackle, but Weeha kind of anticipating it, gets it off the creep.
Ice, he's gotten fairly deep here, has got the wall out. Misery's going to be there with the stun, more TP's coming from Puppey with the chilling touch. He'll turn around and take the kill. Ice thought he could get away with diving there onto the lone AA, but it wasn't the case.
There's now a Nether Strike available up top. They're going to go in on this.
Yeah, they got the charge across here onto Pylight. Wee turns around, gets the shackle, will hold back the breaker. They may still lose Py here as Burning blinks forward. They'll get the kill onto the Bane. There's an Ice Blast flying through. The power shot isn't going to connect either, so they won't be able to burst anyone down. But still, 9 for 5. It certainly feels like Secret have the definitive edge of this early game.
Yep. And Vici Gaming now starting to get a few more key spells online. They've got the Lion up to level 6, so you've got the Finger of Death. Sonic Wave coming back up soon, and again, they need to hit this timing. They're going to be slowed down a lot by Ice's lack of farm. You really want to have that mech around 13 to 15 minutes so that you can smoke up, use the DK ultimate, use the Lion Finger, the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave to secure kills, and not having a mech makes it a lot more difficult to fight into the power shot spam, the Nyx Assassin Impale. It's not a huge amount of AoE damage, but it's enough that you do need a mech.
Oh, mid lane, Super's got to be careful. A shackle, a power shot, and the Ice Blast would do it, and it's going to latch. Super in a lot of trouble. Will turn around, get the stun. They can't quite get him low enough here by the looks of it for the Ice Blast to proc. So it's a good job that Fenrir turns up, and Fenrir will ensure. Oh! Okay! Weeha steps up, gets the power shot in.
What a player.
Oh my goodness.
You know, it's one of those things where not often do you see teams like pick up their mid and carry in the first 2 picks. It's very, normally it's like a support plus core or like an off laner picked up when Tusk is there.
Ember moving in with a Flame Guard. He'll find Ice. Fenrir is hanging around. He's going to use the Nether Strike here on some Misery. We're going to see if there's any help. Oh, the bashes are coming out as well, but the creeps blocking him up here. Burning will blink in here to finish off the kill onto the Nyx Assassin. So they do manage to take down Misery here on this bottom lane. You've got Weeha. Oh, not Weeha. He's moving in with an Invis. Is he going to find more kills? He's already got 4 kills, 3 assists. Burning's got to be so careful here. Weeha is going to be the easiest shackle shot of his life. Puppey's there as well with the Ice Blast straight onto the Quap. They'll get another one almost suddenly. He's still in the tree line here, but he should tick down and they'll find the kill nonetheless. Weeha on a mega kill streak, 13 minutes in. Yep. There's a reason why they picked up the Wind Ranger and the Ember Spirit early in this draft.
No, they want to give Weeha his Wind Ranger just because of how incredible he can play on this hero, and we're seeing it here.
Pylight die, maybe caught out here. They'll have the stun, the finger as well, and Pylight die, yeah. It's taken down. Again, another pick off of VG, but Secret at the moment just finding the bigger ones. And the fact that, I mean, the Quap, he's 4 deaths at the moment on the plate here. It's not great for Burning. Yeah,
and Super not really having much in the way of item progression as well. It just really feels like Secret have outplayed Vici Gaming in the lane. First it was Misery controlling the tempo. Now that Weeha's got levels and got an edge, he's looking to really press that advantage, roam around when he finds these key runes, and even outside of it, just TPing to defend these towers. Not often do you see a team able to defend 12 minutes in the game against that DK ultimate when you've got the kind of backup that Lion, Darkseer, Spirit Breaker provide. They're just lacking item right now, and Secret
Misery.
Too far ahead.
He's going to call in an Ice Blast probably, and here it comes. Ice Blast, I'll have one, and Puppey says, here you go. They'll find the kill, and that's the combo. Just setting up these global Ice Blasts that pretty much killing most people on the map here with the burst from Misery. There will be a charge and another strike from, yeah, and they'll turn it around here. Burning, he has got a Sonic Wave if he needs to, but he won't. Super turns up, and they'll get the return kill onto the Nyx Assassin. So just a 1-for-1 trade there between the solo laners.
And even though we're just early on, it's a 2.5k gold lead for Secret. You can't play the farm game. This draft does not go late game for Vici Gaming. It's a Queen of Pain Dragon Knight as their 2 cores up against an Ember Wind Ranger. You have to turn things around as soon as possible. Smoke has been picked up by Spirit Breaker. They've got Sonic Wave again. Burning going to rush a BKB, so they are really all in on the early game.
I think really the biggest starting pickup at the moment to note is the fact that FY has got that blink 15 minutes in. This is a really good timing here for the Lion, and this is exactly what you need against these 2 high mobility cores such as the Ember Spirit and the Wind Ranger. And this is something that Secret have got to be incredibly aware of in these next fights, because if he jumps in, gets the initiation, they've still got a significant amount of burst and team fight on the side of Vici Gaming to get these big kills.
And this is something we're seeing more and more out of Vici, where they just put FY into a fairly greedy role where he'll just take the safe lane farm. Oh, I see all these TPs. This is not going to work. Are they smoking up here? That was like triple TPs.
Yeah.
This is...
Oh, okay, they should be aware.
They did this out of vision, but you see 3 heroes TP top, you know this is coming your way.
Does Envy, though?
He really should.
Envy. Oh, Envy. He did not get the memo. They're straight in. He did not get told about this one. The Nether Strike's there. They've got the control, and they get the kill. It's just... I guess
he did not see the smoke, to be fair
They saw
to him,
the TP, but as you said, 4 heroes TPing top, you'd imagine they're going to look for something. So a little bit unfortunate.
He saw at least a couple of the TPs, and well, Secret with a DD room picked up.
Okay, making the best of a bad situation here and using the fact that they've all TP top to go for Roshan, and that's going to mean that the side of Vici aren't going to be able to do anything about this. They will find a tier 2 trade, but yeah, Secret will be able to get this Aegis, and of course almost certainly giving it to Weeha now, who has got that Ags as well at a very reasonable timing.
And they're going to swoop on towards that mid lane, but it doesn't look like they'll get here in time. Puppey gets low off of this, so see if a counter initiation is possible.
Ooh.
There's one.
Okay, the wall and the finger drop there onto Pylite Die. They do get the kill. But yeah, Secret get away with this. Weeha, he's going to be fine. And Misery still closing in on that blink. He's got 1,400 at the moment on this Nyx Assassin, so still a little while to go. But as we can see, the fact that Vici, they've got an insane amount of push power with that DK. They take down the tier 2 top. And that's pretty much, as you said, that's got to be the game plan here for Vici, because they cannot let this go late against Secret.
Yeah, and despite Roshan being claimed, Vici Gaming have turned around that 2.5k gold lead to bring it back to even. They can't slow down now. This is really where Vici Gaming's lineup was meant to be about 3,000 to 5,000 gold ahead. They were meant to have had the Darkseer mech a couple minutes ago, and he should already be working on like the Arcane Boots to build into the Guardian Greaves, for example, or a Blink Dagger, whatever it may be. Everything's just been a little bit slower. The timing windows have been missed, and Secret now with an Aegis as well. That just means that Weeha can play a lot more aggressive should those tower pushes come and Secret decide they want to try and defend. And I think we will see Secret get to a point where they feel confident enough to fight into the Vici lineup, especially before they have BKBs. Once Super as well as Burning have BKBs on Quap and DK, it gets a lot more difficult.
Misery's going to TP out of this one. There was a charge coming across mid lane. Weeha trying to move in. There'll be a Dragon Tail from Super, but now with the Ice Blast flying through, he's going to connect onto the DK and Weeha. He's looking for Fenrir. Has the backup of Pylite Die and Puppey there. Is a Fiend Script available, and they may just use it here. They do get it out, but the Nether Strike's there in time. Dragon Breath as well, but there's the Shackle Shot from Weeha. Power Shot as well. Super's got a fair bit of armor here with the 4 points in Dragon's Blood. He will still go down there. That's one, and it looks like Weeha may just find this as well with a Power Shot, and he will. On point, double kill here for this Wind Ranger. Weeha never failing to perform in this game.
Absolutely. 7-1 and 3. Now it's Secret taking towers. Misery with a great rotation to come in, and another fantastic shackle shot out of Weeha.
Yeah, that was a big bit of action for Misery to be involved in as well. He's got the XP now, he's level 11, and he does have that gold for the blink, and there we go, straight away now for Misery. So Vici, they've got to be that little bit more scared. And at the moment, it certainly feels like Secret with the momentum, but we've got to remember in game one, it felt like Vici had the early game momentum, then there was the swing around, but I think as we've said, with this draft, it's going to be a lot harder for Vici to do it this game.
Yeah, very different story. And now, Secret haven't even really reached their key items until just now. They get double blinks, Wind Ranger and Nyx. I guess you could argue, I mean, Wind Ranger had an Ags at an amazing time, so in a lot of ways, Weeha was ready to fight, but with 2 blinks, they've got incredible initiation, and Vici's game plan right now, as much as they want to kind of sit back, farm their BKBs, I don't think they can wait that long. I think they really need to find pickoffs ASAP, and that's how they've got to farm the BKBs, is by slowing Secret down, taking pickoffs. And I think Secret seem to know this, because they're actually huddled up, headed all towards the top lane, grouped as 5, and that's something where they don't want to get caught out by a kind of a 3 or 4 man smoke gank, and if that comes their way, well, they're ready with superior numbers.
Yeah, we can see at the moment they're going for the burning bait, Vici. They're just keeping Cop in the mid lane. We'll see if anyone falls for it, Secret.
Secret likely just to go for a trade up top.
They might still lead in here. The tower's going to go. As now Super reveals himself. Ice does have the wall. Burning blinks out here. Shackle shot from Weehaw straight onto Super. Misery goes forward as well with the 5 Carapace. They get the wall out though, but now the Feast Grips on Ice. They've already found the kill on Super. There's your vacuum, but there's just no follow-up here as the side of Secret cleaning up. They found 2. They'll get Burning as well with this Shackle shot onto the range creep. He's got to blink in a couple of seconds, but it's not going to be soon enough. Tries to turn around onto Weehaw. Weehaw's got to be careful of the illusion, but he's got the win run. Weehaw will get out. No, FY! Okay, pops the Aegis. Now FY should be able to blink out here. I don't think they'll be able to catch out the line. So, no. So 3 for 2 there, but they did get the Aegis as well from Vici. So by no means their worst fight so far this game. And maybe even one of the better ones here 20 minutes in, as they do at least find something for Secret, but it is just the AA and the Nyx. They lose their 2 cores and they lose their offlaner.
Solid, but overall favoring Secret. Secret, for them, like a 50-50 team fight. And it wasn't a 50-50 team fight. As you said, the 2 cores on Vici going down, it buys time for them to go towards the late game where they've got the superior draft, where Vici Gaming's heroes are going to be falling off. And well, Vici Gaming, they're being forced to fight before they've got their core items. It's not a mistake that they're fighting pre-BKBs. It's just a necessity. And Secret just taking advantage of that fact.
Oh, there's a charge coming through. I believe the ward will have spotted it here, so they'll know that the initiation stage. Looking for the Nightmare here. Oh yeah, actually the bash attack is there. He's not too far away. There's your vacuum. Ice Blast is going to fly in. They've got the Nightmare step on, and there's your stun. The Ravage from Misery effectively getting 2. FY is going to go down here on the sidelines as he pops the 1 charge. It isn't going to be enough. Fenrir will not get out as Weeha's there with the Shackle to cancel the TP. 3 pickoffs yet again for Secret. Weeha now godlike on the Wind Ranger, and it just does not stop. Each and every fight, Secret coming out on top.
Yeah. These Nyx stuns and just all the counterplays from Secret, the shackles, everything just latching. That time they didn't get the charge cancel. In the past, they've been very consistent with it, but Misery in all these fights seems to be hitting 2 hero impales like time after time. Shackles also catching every single shackle, not always going for 2 heroes, but making sure it latches onto something. So even if it's a 1 hero shackle, he's making sure he doesn't airball it.
And here we go now, Secret on the bottom lane. Let's get a push on. Oh, towards the mid, they have found Misery. They'll get hexed up here. Misery could be in a spot of bother here. They've got the burst damage. They'll take away his mana. He's going to have Vendetta, but the sentry is out. There's the charge free, so they'll get the kill onto Misery there. Quite a little bit out of position, but at the same time, Secret looking to find a trade, and that'll be the tier 2. Darkseer gets the vacuum and the wall to do, but the shackle shot is there. Now Weehaw, Paladine Puppy will look to disengage. Burning does still have that Sonic Wave. Blinks forward here. The Ice Blast coming back in return, and with the Brain Sap, Burning getting incredibly low. They're going to charge onto Paladine, and Burning may just tick out here. Is he going to go? I think he's okay. He's got the BKB to stop the final instances of damage.
That is a huge loss, though. Even though he stays alive, that's a 10-second BKB going down.
Dragon Tail onto Ember. Looking for the Nether Strike, but the Shackle's there to cancel the cast animation of Fenrir. Focus Fire. They'll find one, and they'll find the Darkseer as well. It's a lovely vacuum, but there's just, once again, no follow-up here for Ice. And they do manage to keep out on top here. Weehaw now with 10 kills. It's this Wind Ranger, man.
Absolutely phenomenal. Super now.
Oh my goodness, there is a stun, the finger as well, the Sonic Wave. They do get the kill onto Weehaw. Ice Blast comes through though, they'll find one. They're going to lose Puppy as well. This is a good fight for Vici. They may lose Burning, and they do, so they do still get the clear up here from Ember Spirit. So a bit of a costly death there, losing Weehaw on the Wind Ranger. But they do still manage to find a lot of kills in return. Envy needs to be careful. If there's no more lockdown, Misery will find this time. They'll just turn. Double kill for Envy. Misery's got his back. He'll TP out. The charge won't be there in time. So a bit of a messy fight there. Unlucky that they lost Wind Rage, but as I said, in terms of numbers, Secret just coming out on top every time.
And even losing your Beyond God like Wind Ranger, normally you'd say that's a pretty big loss, and they're going to lose more on the side of Vici Gaming. Ice. TP'd in. Actually, barely survived, unless there's another Searing Chains, and there is.
Oh, the mech. No, that's not enough. Not enough.
The Blink Dagger. Envy just styling over Vici Gaming. I mean, again, for Secret, it's like they're drawing the game out. Yeah, you lose your win range, and the gold exchange is pretty even, despite it being like a 4 for 3 or something, but Vici Gaming have no late game still. They're already chewing through Burning's BKB, down to 9 seconds. The DK only now picks his up, coming very late in the game. And Secret just continuing to pile on items. The blink on the Ember, so he's got some good synergy with a blink shackle. He can blink in and still have an escape and not have to worry about getting initiated on.
We're going to smoke up, but it was underneath this ward from Vici.
Oh.
So they may not catch
Vici
anything
may
with
look
this.
to set up here. They've got double BKB.
Well, unless
it's now
Super
or
just
never.
still walks into them, and he's very dead. All right, okay. Yeah. Just rubbing into him, and they're going to look for more here. FY's going to get taken down as well. Fenrir, he's not getting out of this one. Round of 4, double kill for Envy, and this game, I mean, game 1 was close, but this one, Secret just breaking ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Ice might be in trouble here as well as Misery moving in with a Vendetta. If they get the vision, they should be able to find it, and there we go. It's getting painfuler and painfuler for the side of VG. They just can't find anything in return, and another huge swing. 4 kills for the side of Secret, and they're just playing a hell of a lot better than VG this game.
Gaming, did they see that smoke, do you know? You mentioned they did?
It did. It had the dire observer here.
Oh,
they saw the smoke.
I guess they were anticipating that Secret were headed towards the Roshan pit or headed through the bottom lane, because Super ran up to the high ground, almost like looking to set up and counterplay the smoke, but he had no backup.
Yeah, as you said, maybe they felt that, they could just pop the smoke from the high ground, but the speed on Secret was too great. They closed the gap much quicker than VG could.
Pike scattered out here and getting charged at the bottom lane, but he's got backup very nearby.
Yeah, let's see if they can get the kill on. Yeah, he's going to fully go for it. The Nightmare dodge of the charge is very nice. There'll be the Nether Strike, but here's Weeha. He'll take down the cow. And now Envy moves in onto FY. He's going to go down as well. Godlike now on Envy on this Ember Spirit. And this is looking a bit disheartening for the side of Vici Gaming. Secret just playing insanely well this series.
Yeah, it doesn't... I mean, at this point, it looks like a drafting issue because Vici Gaming, you can say, oh, they've got no late game. Their draft isn't working, but to me, very much, it was not a drafting loss for Vici Gaming. It came purely down to execution and great laning and early game play out of Team Secret. The double kill they got at level 1 before the Horn, and from there, they just continued to snowball.
Oh, Envy blinks in, and he baits out the BKB here from Super, who pops it immediately. That's going to be the BKB down now on DK for a good few minutes, well, a minute or so, just under a minute.
And again, Secret will just keep falling back, wait out for another Roshan probably. If you're Vici, you've got to just all in on right now. Like, you cannot just sit back, wait for opportunities to come to you. You've got to go to Team Secret. Yeah,
this is the play here. Looking for the smoke. Heading to Roche Pit as it does just spawn, so Secret are going to look for it almost certainly with the Wind Ranger. It's just Misery sitting in the pit at the moment, so maybe they want Stanky Blink straight out. Oh.
So Misery's position there is amazing. This spot here, he's as close as possible to reveal the smoke gank coming down, and he's got a Radiant Ward as well, which can give him some scouting information. So he had 2 wards to protect him around the pit, and he was in the best possible position to scout out the smoke.
Oh, and they find the chains of the burning. Will force out the BKB. Super. He's got to get himself out of it as well. The Fiend's Grip from Pylite Eye sets up the Ice Blast. Super down. Envy blinks forward with a slide that chains. Gets the Darkseer. Misery trying to change, but there's your Remnant Fort. Incredibly aggressive from Envy, but he can afford to be at this point. Beyond Godlike now in this Ember Spirit. Ice trying to get himself out of there. Weeha moving in with the right clicks. Will he find it? Yes, he will. Killing spree for the Wind Ranger. Fenrir getting caught out by the stun. He's taken down as well. 4 down on Fiji. None with buyback available. And again, Secret just outplaying the side of Vici this game. And I really like this pickup that Envy picked up, realizing he's ahead, gets the Desolator, because in these fights at this point, and of course just to offer to the push, the Roche attempts, it's a fantastic item to pick up.
He's not really cleaving that much damage. Well, he's not going to necessarily get like a lot of cleave damage off. It's all about the single target. They're finding heroes isolated. He can bring down the line in like 2 sleight of fists now. Also, with the extra bit of push power that this item can give you as well, this is very much a snowball item coming out from the Ember Spirit, and it just feels like Secret are playing a little mini-game between Weeha and Envy, like who's going to get the most kills here. It just feels like they're both trying to one-up each other, fight after fight. Right now, Envy has the edge with 14 kills to Weeha's 13, but both of these two carry snowballing.
It's a completed Daedalus now on Weeha.
It's looking very grim. Another failed gank attempt. They went for Envy at the top lane. Vici Gaming couldn't get the Blink Hex off, and then Envy's bottom. It's not like he even just remnants back to the base or really defensively. He remnants to an aggressive position on the map where he applies more pressure, forces Vici Gaming to now defend the bottom lane and waste more and more time.
And just the difference in net worth is coming close to 20,000 in favor of Secret. This is a very different kind of flow to the game that we had in game 1. This game, Secret, just everything working out as planned from the start for them.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about a game like this when you've gone for this early game kind of all-in lineup. You've even itemized purely for the early game as well, and you're losing. The comeback potential just isn't really there.
Looking for the shackle shot. They don't find it. Doesn't matter. They found one. Maybe they could do it with a vacuum wall. That's huge. Gets 2. And now with the Nether Strike, the bash is onto Envy. Maybe this is the turnaround. If they can kill Weehaw here, which they just might be able to, he gets forced away here. Pilot and Puppy still around, but can they save the Wind Ranger? No, the body blocking there for the illusions from Ice Ice. Double kill for the Darkseer. And that's exactly what VG need to keep themselves in this game. Massive fight there for the Dire.
That is 6,000 plus gold.
They
and
may
more.
just find more as well. Charge onto Puppy. In comes Burning. Puppy's going to go down as well. The TP, the TP, the TP, the TP gets it. He gets it. He's out. Minimizes the casualty for the side of Secret, but that is a huge blow to the side there. As you said, a massive swing.
Still a long, long road for Vici Gaming. They'll build towards what items they can. That's Darkseer with 3.7k gold. I think he got 2.5k gold just from the team, according to the teamfight recap, and suddenly has a huge pot to play around with. Can pick up a Blink plus a Guardian Greaves or something.
Yeah,
and Burning now with an Orchid. Dragon Knight gets a Shadow Blade. Items, suddenly, this is like the kind of items you hope for to see on.
This is what we like to see. The game kind of, it's not over yet at all. You know,
Not
VG
quite.
just bringing it back, and as you said,
it's still a very long road.
It is a long road, but they've
Vici
certainly
Gaming.
found the entrance to this road here with that fight. They're ready to turn.
And they're swimming upstream. Then this is not the way you're meant to be playing with their lineup. They're not meant to be behind at this stage. So for them, they're fighting the current, really going to have to dig deep if they want to turn this one around. It's got to come from just that. These huge team fight potential coming out from a Darkseer with a vacuum wall. There's just no other way. Everything's got to land. They've got to use their BKB. They've got to fight around the BKBs. In the past, Secret, when they force out the BKBs, they pull back, and then suddenly Vici Gaming have no way to team fight. So Vici Gaming have to make sure they're fully committed. They've got Secret also fully committed before they pop their BKBs and take a fight. Orchid, a great item to do that, though. If you can silence and keep the Ember there and prevent him from getting out, he hasn't got any defensive items. This could really now start to play into Vici Gaming's hands, as they've now got initiation potential out of Super with the Shadow Blade on top of that.
Yeah, it's all about the wombo combo here for VG. You know, in terms of the kind of solo pickoff, solo target, Secret kind of has the edge, but as we can see, one nice vacuum wall into an FY and Earth Spike can just turn the fight around every time if they find the jump in. At the moment, both teams keeping themselves opposite sides of the map. Secret going to look for the push
They
here.
were hoping for Envy to show himself at bottom. They were kind of hiding in the trees, just pushing with Burning, and Secret reading Vici's movements pretty well, so just kind of counter-pushing the top lane now. Not a tier 2 tower Vici Gaming care to defend. They're very much prioritizing team fighting and defending their high ground. Not that Secret are going to be 5-man pushing the high ground anytime soon.
I mean, for Secret, what's the game plan? As we've been saying with the draft, they can comfortably take it kind of later, but you feel that they still have some kind of urgency to push and try and break high ground again pretty shortly?
Not at all. I think they're going to fall back, play the farming game. It's a good time to pick up a gem, perhaps. They've got good farm coming out on Puppy's AA. They're getting great farm distribution. It's not just a few cores who are kind of gaining items here. Nyx with an Aghanim Scepter can have a huge impact. And I think Envy really needs a defensive item next. That's very much Vici Gaming's kind of opening back into this game, as if they can catch him out using like the Blink Hex, the DK Stun, the Queen of Pain Orchid. There's a lot of these items, so like even if you go for like a Manta, you can get caught by a DK Stun, you can get caught by a Lion Hex. You go for a Linken's, they have something, Lion can break it and then instantly impale you afterwards, so it's no real guarantee.
This is really nice from VG. So they show themselves bottom, they TP out of vision, knowing that Secret have been drawn down to the bottom lane, and then they go back in from a smoke from base. And maybe this is it, the wraparound that Secret, they might not expect this. FI moving forward, it looks like it may be Puppy that's going to tank this one, and they'll jump straight in. Have the charge for as well. Puppy, fairly tanky here, but the shackle shot, maybe they can turn Puppy, take down here, and they'll find the first kill here. BKB's popped by Burning, the walls drop down as well, finger onto Weehaw. They've got the bashes here, the slide coming out, it's not a Sonic Wave. They'll find Weehaw. Now they're going to look for Misery. Ice Blast flies through, it's not going to connect, the stone's there. They'll get the Misery Nyx Assassin as well. And that smoke from VG, enabling to them to have another beautiful team fight. And they might even get more. Puppy will force himself away. Pylite Die is going to be able to juke the Earth Spike here, but the Orchid's there. They'll get Pylite Die as well. Double kill for Burning. And what a play from VG.
All it took was a few more items. The Orchid, the DK Shadowblade, both of these items actually winning the team fight for Vici Gaming. The Orchid cancelling off the Fiend's Grip out of the Bane. The DK Shadowblade just waited for the Wind Ranger to arrive to throw out the stun. They didn't overcommit on the AA, because initially it looked like a really bad smoke because all they were going to catch was an AA, but Secret decided to fight. Rather than let the AA die and just move on from there, that would have been an okay result for Secret. They committed. DK was there, just didn't stun, didn't even come out of invis to kill the AA, and then took out the Wind Ranger on the rotation.
Envy's going to try and go for this. Super is still around here. They'll get the Hex out with the charge in as well. He may be in trouble. Will find the kill. Have they got the lockdown? They're going to need the bashes. Nether strikes up in a couple of seconds, but no, he's going to throw the remnant out. The bash is there, though. They're not going to be able to follow through. His Misery will now turn into the fight. Has got the Impale to set it up. They might be able to get Fenrir here. I don't know if he gets out. He's got to charge in 1 second, but no, Misery there with the Vendetta hit. Finds himself the kill, and they may get Super as well. Searing Chase to set it up, but BKB is going to be popped, and Super looking for the run away. Oh, wait, he's got the Shadowblade. He doesn't have a TP. They don't have detection though on these two heroes, so he should be fine here. Momenting forward though, they're trying to see if they can catch Ice, but he blinks out just in time on the Darkseer.
Dragonite Super still needs to be careful. I think he's gonna, he can't hide in the pit. He's popped out, and they actually saw him. But he's too far away,
the remnants have already been used here by MV, so they won't be able to close the gap. So.
And now Gem comes out for Secret. I think this was just picked up, or at least it was just picked up by, passed over to the Nyx. Going to help a lot against that Shadowblade. And also just Secret's at the stage of the game where while they're not pushing high ground, they want to prevent Vici Gaming's item progression. Secret can farm the map very efficiently and can starve out Vici Gaming if they get some deep aggressive wards up and take away the Vici Gaming vision, which right now there's not a single dire ward up on the map. Absolutely.
The map control for Secret is paramount at the moment, but at the same time there is a smoke in stock here for the side of Vici, and that's the kind of plays they need to go for. Those smokes from base where they can catch Secret off guard, because without those smokes, as we can see with the current warding position, it's going to be very hard for Vici to get a successful jump on Secret outside of their base.
I'm curious to see how long Vici Gaming wait. As much as the continuous smokes are working great for them, I feel like they may want to keep it in reserve until Roche comes back up. They also want to de-ward first, because these deep wards has next been scattered. Darkseer with the gem is in the mid lane. They've got a de-ward right now, because you go for that smoke. If there's deep vision from Secret, they can kind of read when you're smoked up based on not seeing anyone on the map.
Misery might try and burst. They've got an Ice Blast if you can set it up, but there's a lot of heroes here. Ice Blast to go in, they'll get the blink, the power shot onto 2, now with the shackle shot, but now there might be a turn, they get the super stun out now, BKB no, the vacuum wall, the Sonic Wave! Secret just getting melted, Weehar's down, they'll find the Bane as well, double kill for Bernie, maybe even make that a triple if he gets Misery, and he will. Triple kill for the Quap, once again. VG just turning these team fights around beautifully, and Secret don't know what hit them.
It really doesn't feel like Secret should be team fighting. Even though they had the superior vision, they had the ward by the Secret shop that saw all the action, and they know they can get a good jump. They hit a blink 2-hero impale into a 2-hero shackle shot, but it's not onto the heroes that matter. It's a Darkseer counter initiation with a Queen of Pain follow-up, and Secret, they don't have their defensive items. They've got a Wind Ranger who is kind of gone for the glass cannon build. Axe gives you some stats, but you can't fight against the huge burst potential that the Vacuum Sonic Wave gives you. Similar story for the Ember. No defensive item, there's no Manta Style, there's no BKB, no Lincolns, and as a result, trying to team fight, even when you get the good jump, if you're not taking out a Darkseer, you've lost the fight. You've got to either jump the Darkseer or just decide not to take that fight, and Secret suddenly find themselves no longer really leading as much as, well, not leading as much as they once were, that's for sure. And
yeah. They've still got the edge, but as we've seen the last couple of team fights, VG just come out on top, and that's got to be worrying for the side of Secret.
And you do always see the BKBs start to fall off once they reach this 5-second mark, and it is both Dragonite and Queen of Pain down to 5 seconds now.
And Roshan's up. I mean, if VG can take one more fight and take the Roche, I think we might see that graph level off back to 0. If not, swing in favor of the side of Vici.
And the other thing where there was a big swing was the gem being lost. Misery, his gem went over to the Vici Gaming side, just being kept on the courier since they've got both gems. And for Vici Gaming, they've got a smoke, they've taken out most of the vision that Secret had up on the map. This suddenly gets really difficult to play from the side of Secret, with vision not in their favor.
Grouped up at the moment, mid Secret. Vici maybe with the wraparound. Fenrir just getting himself away from the side of Secret, and they'll get the D-ward out here.
Puppy's got to be careful, he's not want to get caught here.
10 seconds till Sonic Wave for burning. Who's going to make the move first? They both know that Roshan's up. This is a very tense moment
no one's
for both
defending
sides.
the creeps at mid lane, so that's kind of a telltale sign of where Vici Gaming are on the map, that they're around the Roshan pit, either in the Radiant jungle, in the pit itself, or around the Ancients area. Secret, at best, they can get this tier 3 tower, I feel. I don't think they can actually take a Rax here in exchange for Roshan. Vici Gaming will be ready to TP back, and they'd rather...
Okay, smoking and going. They need to get there quick. It's a half health at the moment. Ice positioning himself on the side, so they will still be able to get a vacuum wall, potentially. Roshan's falling, they need to go here. And we're moving in with the slide, the chains. FY jumps straight in onto Misery. BKB's been popped by Burning. The Nightmare will come out, but now the charge and the finger. Misery's taken down. That's one down here out of the fight.
BKBs are gone, though.
Super, moving forward here with the Shadow Blade. If he can find a setup, the Shackle is going to latch onto Burning. Ice Blast as well. FY's there with the stun, now the bash onto Weehaw. They'll find the Wind Ranger. Burning will go down, but now they're moving for more. They'll get Puppey, and it's going to be a 3-for-1 trade. Maybe even 4. Ice speaks forward. He will get Nightmared up. Can they change back? He toggles it off. Oh, he toggled it off with the wall illusion, so he can continue to chase with Lion, get those shells out, and he'll find Bane as well with the team. 4-for-1 for Vici.
And Vito in the Roche pit. Oh, he's getting bashed.
Oh, he gets it. He gets it.
Pop
and he's
the
out. FY.
Is he out?
Oh, he's got the mana for the stun. He's got the mana for the stun. Force. He gets the stun. The charge as well. Have they got the lockdown? They need the bashes. They need all the bashes. The vacuum. They need another bash. He's going to try and be around, but the Greaves are there. He gets FY here. Envy trying to man fight. Looking for Envy. The one charges. He gets it. Double kill for Envy. Gets the change, but the Dragon Tail. They'll kill Envy.
They can't kill him again.
They can't kill him again. They've got to get themselves the hell out of there. There's no more remnants for 8 seconds, but Envy managing to take the Roshan, getting a couple of kills in return. My goodness, this game has... It's just as good as the first one, Gods.
No, I was kind of watching 25 minutes in like, man, I thought we were going to get 3 games. I thought we were going to get a good game too, and it's quickly becoming a stomp. But no, Vici Gaming have turned this around, although that not quite the outcome they were hoping for, considering how that started.
That balanced off that overall. The fact that he gets himself those 2 kills. Envy, oh my goodness.
17-2 and 15. What an insane play from him. Very much Secret, desperately needing this Wind Ranger BKB, but they don't want to give Vici Gaming an easy roast, so they come in contesting it before they're kind of ready with their next level of items. Envy, since there's really no item you can get when there's, like, lots of stuff to break a Linken's, you can't rely on Manta against a Blink Hex, as well as a DK stun initiation, so he goes for just raw HP, picks up a Skadi, gives himself some good stats, gives you some agi, gives you some extra armor, gives you a bit of everything as his defensive item here. So I like this pickup from Envy. Makes a lot more sense than some of the other possible options that were like a BKB may be the one other he could have considered, but this is more like a guarantee.
Vici coming out deep in this bottom lane. Paladai with the Glimmer Cape. The charge for it. The charge going for We Have with the Shackle Shot. It latches onto the Spirit Breaker. They're looking for the vacuum and the wall is there. But they'll lose Fenrir. Just get off the Greaves in time. Super trying to find the return goal onto Paladai. It's a 1-for-1 at the moment. We'll see if they can find anything more here. It's going to be Super just backing off. Ice hiding in the tree line. Envy trying to move forward. Misery's there as well. They'll get the change. They'll look to try and find Super. He's got a lot of armor trying to turn, but Super almost certainly will go down, and he will. 2 kills there for the side of Secret, only losing Paladai, and this is Secret maybe recovering the momentum that they missed and they lost earlier on in this game. I mean, 2 heroes now down on the side of Vici, and neither of these with buyback. 60 seconds on the sidelines here for Super.
And importantly, we saw it in the last big team fight in that little clash there. The 5-second BKB starting to hurt Vici Gaming. The previous fight, they used them very early on, and Secret managed to kind of like pull back and kite a little bit. They were a bit too committed for them to fully turn the fight around, but this time, like, DK there pops his BKB to go in for the kill and then has no real duration left for the escape.
And this is the time to push. The wall was used, of course, on the bottom lane, so...
There's no Dragon Form and no DK buyback.
This could be a set of racks here for the side of Secret. They'll find the melee. They get the range as well. Oh, in fact, Envy wants to find kills. Moving in. He just gets silenced up there. They've got the stun here. They've got the damage to turn. The fingers there as well. The Sonic wave. He's ticking low. Envy's going to go down. They killed Envy. They might find more. So do we have the vacuum there from Ice? He gets on the shells. Blink fall from Burning. There's a BKB on We Have. The Shackle Shot turns around, kills the quad. Misery gets the stun on 1. He's looking for another strike. And Wind Ranger is out of there. Bash the nether strike with the Puppey, keeping him in the base. Ice has got to get himself out. Misery moving forward here with the mana burn. Can he find it? Ice trying to juke it around. They should charge from Fenrir. Connects onto 2. They're going to have the DK back up now as well. Yeah, just Super teeping straight into this fight. He wants to go BKB spot and then onto Misery, but the feed script from Paladai. The Ice Block for the vacuum onto 4. The brief fire. They lose Super though. Fenrir's there with the clean up, and it's just Weeho's got to get
get himself out of here. There'll be a nightmare here. Onto Ice hunting him back. We are trying to turn. Gets the shackle off onto the creep. The power shot as well. Ticking Low still has the Ice Blast on him. It is the Aghanim's Ice Blast. Debuff the right click from Pylai Die will push him over the threshold in. It's just Ice. He's trying to chase down for more here, but Bane is moving forward.
Well, Bane
Ice
actually
has
took
got
out
to be
Spirit
careful
Break
here.
on the back, yeah.
If Ice can close this, yeah, Pylai Die. Oh, all right, okay, just teasing, blinks away. This illusion doing a fair bit to Pylai Die, but again, I mean, that team fight, oh, jeez.
At the end there, Queen of Pain had a buyback. Burning could have bought back and probably gotten at least the win range and maybe even cleaned up Secret, but it was one of those, like, if my team don't need me, I'd rather not use my buyback. Very much we're at the stage where if you're buying back to get a kill or two, you're not going to reach your late game items that you need on this Queen of Pain. Burning already going for more like a DPS carry-oriented build with the Assault Cuirass pickup, so decides not to buy back. I think ultimately maybe probably the better decision there, even if he could have killed off Weeha. And still, neck and neck. These team fights, absolutely insane. Some of the shackles coming out from Weeha just... I'm speechless.
BKB is now an Ice as well, so he'll have an easier time trying to find these walls. And in fact, not that he's needed to, because every time they've pretty much been on point. Just something else to allow him to stick around in the fight, chase people down, ensure that he can surge out his kind of allies here, save people like Super, or even just allowing Super to get close and personal, to get the lockdown on heroes like Ember. And okay, unfortunately, we are going to have a quick pause here, which seems like a shame to break down the pace of this, but
man,
hopefully it's not for too long.
It's been non-stop the last like 15, 20 minutes.
Have a breather.
Neither team has slowed down for a second. Often you reach like the 30, 35-minute stage of the game and someone's going to like, one of the team sides, we're kind of at a stalemate, let's just slow it down, prioritize like getting our farm, getting our next core item. But because of the nature of the Vici gaming lineup having to kind of force fights a bit and not go too much in the late game, and Secret wanting to contest Roche, action just kept on happening.
It really did. I mean, the turnaround did start to happen for Vici. Secret's still showing us with these fights, though, they are still in a strong position. It's a lot of this, I feel, is down to Ice on getting those vacuum walls so they can get the multi-man stuns, of course, with the Lion, the follow-through with the Sonic Wave. A lot is down to this Darkseer, and I don't think that's a bad thing for Vici because so far, Ice, he has been performing and overperforming, in fact, for the side.
Yeah, and outside of that, the BKB usage from both teams has to be like on point. You've got to get maximum use out of them. You want the DK Queen of Pain not to be using them defensively, but as they engage, as a full fight blows out. Similarly, the Wind Ranger needs to not get caught in the AoE wombo combo. If Wind Ranger gets caught in a vacuum into an Impale or a DK stun without getting a BKB off, then Secret are in trouble. So his BKB usage has to be on point.
There we go. So we're back in, and the excuse used by Ice there was just EE stuff. So.
Push the power button accidentally.
Accidentally.
Oopsie daisy.
There we go. You're getting caught out, but we should be good, hopefully, to get ourselves back in. Ice is ready.
Ice, one name closer to his real name as well today.
He's got the letter I. Yeah. He's rocking.
The game one name wasn't working for him, evidently, so he had to mix it up here for game two.
It was a little bit rude. We didn't translate it on stream for reasons, but I'm sure some people out there understood what the symbols meant. And here we go. Ready? Okay, we just want to have to wait. Okay.
Okay. And taking a look at some of our graphs here, it is 8,000 gold lead for Secret.
Okay.
10,000 experience. Not 45 minutes in, not
it's
massive
not the hugest
by any
of
means.
changes, yeah.
And we are seeing Vici Gaming with a slight team fight advantage as far as if they can land everything, if the execution is there. So Secret, and they can fall back on their farm a bit. Like having an Ag Scepter on an Ancient Apparition in the late game, the 4 staffs on multiple heroes as well is something they are really good at using, but not going to help you if Vici Gaming get the jump with that vacuum wall we talked about from Ice. And getting off these initiation gets easy. He's now even going to BKB as well. That's a fresh pickup for the Darkseer.
We're back into this insane game of an insane series. Vici versus Secret. And top lane, Envy's going to blink forward. Yeah, Remnant straight back out. Now it was Femra and FY hiding in the sidelines. But yeah, a little bit of a passive point at the moment. No team's really on the edge of looking for kills.
It's only passive because we had the pause.
That's true.
This was like 30 seconds after a crazy fight. So.
This has been the quiet bit.
We'll see if it stays that way. Roche, about 2.5 minutes away. It may be quiet until Roche, but Vici Gaming, I feel like they can still look to take the fight to Secret. Take advantage of the fact that keeping this Ember alive, keeping the Wind Ranger alive is not easy with how much pick-off potential Vici Gaming have out of Lion as well as Dragon Knight.
I see. So Super just leading in with his Shadow Blade. They're not going to find anyone around here.
Secret at the moment, just farming up their own jungle. You've got Envy, of course, constantly pressuring the outer lanes and kind of pulling Vici apart as they kind of dart up and down, trying to see if they can catch him out. But Envy, he's going to be playing very safe, and the KDA just shows that he has been so far. 17 kills, 3 assists, 18 assists, 3 deaths. Only died 3 times in this 46-minute game. Envy's performance in Game 1 on the Ember Spirit was pretty impressive, and Game 2 is no exception either.
And Vici Gaming very much itemizing for the now. They pick up a Vlad's on Spirit Breaker. Rather have the aura item than have a buyback on him, and not really a hero that's going to make a whole lot out of having a buyback. For Secret, sticking together as 5. These Vici Gaming heroes have been, I think 4 of them have been missing from the map for the last minute and a half. They made their kind of adventure to the Radiant Ancients, then they headed back top to protect Ice, who does show himself on the map. So neither team knowing where the other really is right now, and as a result, they're 5-manning, they're grouping up, they just so happen to be on different sides of the map.
Yeah, Super constantly scouting forward here with the Shadow Blade, just seeing if anyone comes out. And I guess it's going to be a question, really, if this continues on these 2 lanes, who is going to be forced to back first?
I think both teams will ultimately end up backing. Vici Gaming are probably the ones who want to get back maybe a little bit earlier. While Roche can't respawn just yet, they want to try and de-ward the area. They know Secret was just on the bottom side of the map, pushing things very deep. And well, for one thing, they've actually let this tower take a bit of unnecessary damage. It's not the end of the world for them, but for Vici Gaming, I feel like de-warding the Dire Ancients and Roche area right now is probably going to be their next objective. If they bring back all 5 heroes, push out both mid and bottom, and swoop through that region to get any Secret wards taken out. Right now, there's actually not much. It's they're kind of further towards the Secret jungle where they are, but yeah, Roche up in the next 3 minutes.
I mean, looking at burning at the Quaff, obviously he talks about the fact that he's going more for the physical DPS with the AC. Do you think he's going to continue that and maybe look for something like an MKB? Or could we see him go back for like an Aghanim Scepter so he's got that 40-second uptime for these team fights?
I don't think you go Ags this late in the game. You can go for a refresher, though. The BKB is such an important item that having a double BKB is huge. Normally, you don't see refresher until it's a BKB plus a sheep stick, for example, or a BKB shivers, where you can get 2 shivers or 2 sheeps off. But having a double Sonic Wave, and this is one of those few games where I feel like the BKB is the most important thing for Vici Gaming for burning. You could easily justify a refresher here as his next item pickup, but sheep stick may be more likely as the pickup before that. We'll have to wait and see. There's other options. If he wants to go carry, he can go MKB. Yeah, there we go. He picks up a Javelin. MKB, great against the Wind Ranger when he wants to fight. And this kind of synergizes with the AC, playing the co-op as more of a late-game hard carry, something which we talked about a bit. Vici Gaming, their lineup isn't really a late-game one. They were very much drafting this to win the game in the first 20 to 30 minutes. It just didn't happen that way. So they're now adapting, itemizing differently, and changing their playstyle up.
And just the moment, just making the most use of the map as they can, stacking up the Ancients.
They're going all in on the damage here. It's also an MKB build from Super. He's not even, well, he doesn't need to go AC since they've already got one.
And Roche is now back up. Aegis and Cheese ready for the taking, if either team feels confident enough to go for it.
Yep. And Vici Gaming know they've kind of scouted out the area with their gem. There shouldn't be any vision there to see them. And all of their vision kind of not in the most useful places on the map, because both teams will be partaking in what looks to be a bit of a Mexican standoff here around the Roche pit.
Nice, nice. Just getting the top lane pushed back out there with the shells. Bottom lane Secret hanging around, moving in now. Misery with the Vendetta. Ooh. Getting the warding out, making sure there's no vision here from the side of VG. It's aggressively popping down the sentries everywhere that they can.
They saw the
burning.
Did see the burning there, but no catch. Very much more difficult to play right now for Vici Gaming because they have to continually push out these lanes, partially because they lost the melee racks at mid, and partially just because Secret have better lane push that they can do safely. The Ember just TPs around to lane, spams Sleight of Fist, and then they pull back, and as a result, Vici Gaming need to get here soon.
It's going to be the BKB a bit early from Super here. And it looks like Secret will be able to get themselves out. Maybe not Pylo die because the charge is coming through. Super moving to the left, seeing if he can find EE. And he can. They get the Orchid, they get the Dragon Tail on the left here. And this is the big kill. There's the stun, the vacuum as well. They've killed EE. And now looking for Pylo die. Nether Strike comes out. F5 moving forward here. We are Misery on the side. There's a buyback from EE. They're going to try and turn it. EE in the middle of the fight here. Will try and remnant it. No, he's just staying around, hitting onto Super. They'll find 2. They found Burning. They found Super. They might find Fair as well with this buyback from Eternal Envy. It looks like they'll get Ice in the pit as well. 4-5 down. A full team wipe there off the back of the buyback from Envy. They'll get the Roche as well. Absolutely massive play there from Eternal Envy, and Vici only have buyback available on Ice. That was as bad as it could have gone there for Vici Gaming, and incredibly well played by Secret.
This has just been, I mean, this best of 3 can just be summarized by Eternal Envy baiting. Another, he has buyback there. It's not necessarily the plan from the get-go, or it's definitely not that Envy dies to start things
I
off,
mean,
but
could this be game?
It's an insurance policy. They know if they overcommit to kill an Ember Spirit,
They're going to go for the game.
yeah,
And
absolutely. There's no
I think they get
buybacks.
it, yeah. Only Darcy has buyback. And he doesn't have wall.
Secret.
This could be it.
Have
Secret,
done it.
and they've done it. Secret take the series 2-0 against Vici Gaming, but you certainly can't say that Vici Gaming didn't try their darndest this series. An amazing performance from both teams, but at the end of the day, Secret just with the edge.
It's one of those things where Vici Gaming, despite losing and having that awful early game, they impressed the hell out of me with how they managed to turn the game around despite their lineup not really doing what it was intended to do. They adapted well. They had insane team fight as well. That was somewhere where they excelled, but Secret individually performing amazingly. Envy, Weeha on point, and overall just the better team in this best of 3, without a doubt.
What a series indeed. Team Secret. The applause coming out for the teams, and understandably fantastic performance before the game started. Puppy hoped for great Dota. We got nothing less than that this series. And Vici Gaming, they'll be knocked down to the lower bracket, but they've got a chance to work their way back. And if they keep up a performance of this level, I wouldn't be too surprised if we see a repeat of this series in the grand final.
Yeah, it really is. Vici Gaming likely will verse either eHome or Liquid. They 2-0'd them earlier in the tournament, so this is just maybe a preview of more to come. Fantastic Dota.
Absolutely. And, well, with that, that is the game's over for today, but don't go anywhere, because we've got to go straight over to the panel to hear what they have to say about that fantastic series.
Thank you so much, Shodi and Gods, back at the panel, of course, with Winter and Merlini. There was a point in that game that I already was preparing for the post-game and the questions and what we were going to be talking about and getting ready to gloat about how who's light of heaven. It's all about Weeha and his Wind Ranger, but then what the hell? It was Daryl with his ridiculous vacuum walls. It was 4 huge fights, and then we were right back into one hell of a Dota game. Winter, were you entertained?
Yeah, I was. I even mentioned that, oh, they can actually do that throw 3 more times before they start to lose the game.
That was crazy. Ben, I mean...
They thought they were so far ahead that they didn't need to get BKBs, but Ice's Darkseer kind of proved them wrong. And at the same time, we're kind of seeing signature heroes in the making. Weeha on his Wind Ranger and Eternal Envy on his Ember Spirit.
I mean, I'm almost saying that could be the last time we see him play the hero. If they're going to be opening up like they've been most of their drafts with their 2 cores, some teams might just have to first ban it. And then what happens if maybe he pulls out that back pocket Meepo later in the grand final? Who really knows? But well-deserved for Team Secret. They're going to get 2 days off now. They've secured their spot into the grand final. And I also have to say, Envy's played a ridiculous Ember Spirit. That Roche play, we're going to be seeing that for sure on the internet forums. It was out of control. Wonderful stuff by them. It looks like we already have a winner's interview ready to go. So why don't we just go ahead and send it right over to Shiva, who's standing with Puppy. Take it away.
Nice.
Good job, guys. Are we done?
You picked a Magnus into FY's Rubik. Very bold. Can you explain your reasoning behind that pick?
I think we didn't really care about the Rubik that much.